You can see SK Gaming on the blue side, down 5 on the red.
Yeah, SK on the left side in that blue team. But we were saying yesterday, at least you pointed out, Pish wasn't playing yesterday.
Yes.
And this time around, he's actually on SK lineup, so we're going to see SK on their full force.
Yeah, Pish has been there for a very long time, and he's one of the critical members of that team. I remember he had some great performances on Lubu early on. I remember he got a lot of Lubu time in early days, but obviously the meta has adapted. We don't see as much Lubu anymore, which is good. It's evolved. That was a Violet first ban on the side of SK, so they've taken Violet off the board.
Was it though?
I think it was.
I think they were hovering it, but they didn't actually ban it. So Zephys is going to be left open here for the first pick.
Interesting. So, do they go with the Zephys? Do they? Well,
yeah.
They're going to go with the Zephys. I mean, do they go with the Zephys? Yeah, I kind of answered their own question, realizing that, yeah, they're going to grab Zephys here. So, first pick lock-in for the side of SK with this Zephys, and they opted not to ban in the first pick. Oh! Okay, so they're just going to give that to down 5.
Yeah, it would make sense, a lot of sense for down 5 to now go for Zephys, L'Oreal, because those are both strong characters, and Zephys one of the strongest jungler in the game. We've seen it so many times, even yesterday. Zephys was dominating the jungle, but down 5 though go for the Wonder Woman. In the sense, they know that they... Scratch that, Ryoma.
Okay, we have no idea what's going on now. They're completely throwing us for a loop here. So Ryoma, L'Oreal locked in. That, they ran Murad and Tulin yesterday. On the side of SK when Pish wasn't there. They actually gave it over to E, but we believe his name is Vex. They actually let Vex play it, and he had an incredible performance on the Murad, where he was decimating the enemies. I believe he had an incredible KD ratio on that hero in one of the matches yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't die once. He went 11, 0, and 4 was the scoreline that he went. It was an absolutely insane game. But we see kind of SK going their kind of signature picks. Down 5 now have kind of a weird team composition in the sense that they have Wonder Woman and Ryoma. Both are top laners, at least in my book. And I've seen both characters played in top lane. So it's really weird that the team composition that they have right now, we're going to have to see how they lane. And this is exactly what down 5 need, though.
Right, so they're potentially running Batman and Murad, so they're putting one of those in the lane or splitting jungle revenue maybe. But one of the picks I want to talk about is the King on Orma. He's played a lot of Orma, and I believe Orma is one of the strongest supports right now. He's fantastic to play, and if you've got good manipulation over your second ability to make sure you have that guaranteed stun, you can be absolutely devastating in team fights.
Yeah, definitely the not unstoppable swagger.
Swagger.
Swagger skill. If you have that 100% stun, then you can go into team fight knowing that you have a really good ratio. But we do see a really weird pick in down 5's lineup again.
Puera.
This is Puera, yeah.
Puera being locked in. So not a support we see a lot of play into the matchup, but a lot of people, obviously Puera, she's got the heals, she's got an attack speed boost as well, she's got a little bit of stun duration in there with her ultimate, so it's a nice hero to pick up, but I don't believe it's the most optimized pick you could take.
It is definitely an interesting choice. It brings a lot to the table in terms of the heal, in terms of the attack speed. Even the ultimate is really great to actually force the enemies back. We haven't seen Puera that much. We've seen her a couple of times, and she's had really good success in these tournaments as well. But I don't know how much down 5 have practiced him. But looking at their team composition, they've taken what we're saying here. They need to bring cheese rather than go with just normal playstyle. And they're really taking it. And it's going to be interesting to see how they execute with this team composition because, well, they do need that cheese in order to win SK.
Yeah, and I want to see what SK does with this Murad and Batman because they've locked in 2 junglers, so I think Pish had the Murad but kept the Ghost on, so he was able to. He has that mobility boost as his talent. So we're gonna jump into the first game. No, he switched over to the Punish, but Batman's got the Execute, which is an odd choice. So I'm really excited to see what SK are gonna do with this lineup.
Pish is the top laner, so him going Execute notifies us that he's gonna be on that solo lane. He's looking for that 1v1 matchup. But on the other hand, we see Jest be on that Ryoma and Wonder Woman as well, both with Punish, which kind of says...
Well, they've got triple Punish on the side of down 5.
Well, it makes sense on Moran because you want to get that Hunter's Crossbow.
Yes.
And you want to get that early jungling in like we see Moran do right now. So that makes a lot of sense. But in terms of top laner having Punish, we haven't seen it in a long time. It was run back in the day, but most other top laners are now going Execute.
Yeah, so the Execute, it's a Ryoma Batman top lane, which I didn't think I'd be seeing today, but we'll keep track on how that turns out. Philly Hadouken, he's going to be helping out this jungle clearance for Esper. Make sure he comes in there. So they're putting a lot of resources into Morin at this point, I believe.
Yeah, if you look at how they lane right now, they have both solo laners, one duo and Ryoma on solos. They're running duo inside the jungle. Pera's helping out Morin in jungling. Now Pera's gonna rotate now, but Pera's helping Morin clean them.
It was to get that early start, to get him a great start so he's ahead where he needs to be, and that slight little boost that should give him an edge over, say for example, if Vex goes into the enemy jungle, tries to invade, he's gonna be a little bit further ahead, so he's not as vulnerable, still pretty vulnerable. Morin into a Murad who's got his ultimate available, slightly different story.
Yeah, I think the side of down 5 is going aggressive now. SK is going on at it again. Esper is going to be the first blood here. Going down, Pish is going to be running away with that Batman. Low HP, but down 5 are the one taking casualties. 2, 3 down, 4 down. And it's a really great start for SK as they take this first fight.
So 2 minutes in, aggressive fight coming out from SK. They clean it 4-0. I believe it was Pish who went incredibly low on Batman, but being able to clean up that fight, it's not going to work out well for down 5. This is the exact opposite of what they needed to do to stay in this game. Giving the early lead to SK Gaming, they're going to be able to start brute forcing things they shouldn't have been able to, and it's going to accelerate the pace of this game.
Yeah, this is definitely true. SK is so strong in brute forcing these objectives, and now that we see Abyssal Dragon up, I'm pretty sure SK is going to look for that objective and brute force that out of down 5's hands, because right now they are roughly 2,700 ahead.
Here's one of the things to note as well about the Batman Ryoma lane. Batman can leave the lane, use Dark Knight, go into stealth, so that's always going to be playing on just B's mind. If Batman leaves the lane, he has to tell his team, Batman's missing, he could literally be anywhere, and it's going to put so much fear into the enemy team that they're going to have to start playing defensive whenever he leaves the lane. They don't have confirmed vision of him, so that's a nice tactic that could play into the mind games of this.
Yeah, it is definitely true. We see actually Pero getting caught out in the jungle.
Not the first time, probably won't be the last in this game, but that's Abyssal Dragon going over to the side of SK Gaming. So they pick up that first major objective, the XP, the gold advantage. It's really going to start playing into the snowball that's going on. So Peach did rotate background for that, but he's going to head back to the top lane. I believe they spotted him out with the Seagull there as well, so they know where he is and where he's going.
Yeah, that is definitely true, but we saw SK brute force that Abyssal. As we were speaking before game, they like to go onto objective, and if somebody comes in, they just fight them. So SK really showing that they are playing like they're used to playing in these weeklies as well.
Yeah, and one thing to know about SK's kills at the moment, one on the side of Murad, but Philly Hadouken caught out again, but he's in the turret range. He will just go down. Smite, dropped by Denalians, trying to get those cooldowns to help out. Just be from the side with the pinwheel and the Wailing Blade. Not enough to pick up the kill, but here we go. There's a lot of damage onto Denalians. Still trying to dance around. There's the cooldowns from Smite coming into play. Batman will die, but so will Just Be. So down 5, still showing signs of life.
Yeah, down 5 really put up a good fight there. It was equal trade, but now Murad just does what Murad does, which is assassinate everybody. I was gonna say it was a good fight for down 5 because they went equal rather than actually straight up losing. And some of that comes down to exceptional play out of Pish on that Batman. He took a double kill before going down.
Yeah, but here it is at the end of the game, end of the fight as well, to pick up that extra kill on the side of Vex, being able to get that on Murad. It's so obnoxious to have Murad on the other side of terrain, hit a camp 4 times, dash over the wall, ult immediately, then come back. But here's the walking tool from the King in the middle of multiple members. It's not enough. Poseidon's going to have to back out of that fight. He can't stay in there at that disadvantage, and they might even lose their sealed Spirit Sentinels. The fight's going to continue. Peach eliminates Just Be with that combo, and Poseidon still from the side. Here comes Vex into the fight. Hasn't unlocked his ultimate just yet. It's a 3v2. They have to be careful here. Poseidon by himself. He's been left for dead by the side of the SK Gaming, and the Endure keeps him alive a little bit. Here comes Vex from the side again. There's the ultimate comes out. He gets the assassination, I believe, onto one of them, but it's not enough to clean up the fight. Poseidon, more incredibly, gets out of that alive.
Yeah, absolute insane turnaround by SK Gaming. Poseidon just escaping with sliver of HP. I was gonna say that endurance killed him there in that fight, but it didn't. He survived somehow and able to get away. Murad coming in, great play by E, just coming in and assassinating the enemies.
I think that's down to the mobility of Tulin, though. One of the newer heroes, he has mobility in his kit. So yes, he hasn't put himself in an endure position where usually if you endure in that spot, you're dead because you don't have something like Flicker or Heal to give you that extra mobility to get out of the fight. but having that mobility in his kit enables him to do so. It's the same reason why you can take Endure on Loyal, but here's Peach looking for an assassination. He's backing out into the jungle.
Okay, the King's gonna go in, and he's gonna spin to win. Esper's gonna be in the front line. He's gonna go down. Vari, he's gonna be there. Pish is taking a lot of damage. He's gonna go down. Batman's no more, and another casualty on the side of SK Gaming. They have to retreat as they've taken more casualties. 1-for-2 exchange in favor of down 5.
But they still have the kill lead, they still have the objective lead, and they're starting to take elements of down 5's jungle. They shouldn't be conceding at this point. Yes, down 5 are fighting back at the moment, but SK Gaming definitely still in the driver's seat for this one.
Yeah, SK Gaming, what they do is they go for the brute force fight, but at the same time, somebody else is split pushing. Is it Joker? Is it the King? Well, the King was obviously in that fight, but they do let people split push, so they take some of those objectives like towers, even when they're fighting the enemies.
Yeah, second Abyssal Dragon going over to SK Gaming as well, so the XP and gold lead just keeps accruing for the side of SK Gaming. The boys from Turkey showing up in this monthly final. It's only game 1 and it's far from over. Still got a best of 3 series to get through. Poseidon, he's got most of the kills on the side of SK Gaming at the moment. Tied at the moment with Peach. But he's found Jess B. He's been locked up by the Batarang Dark Knight to get that burst out on the side, and then the King come in to clean up the remainder of what leaves behind by Jest B.
Yeah, I just want to point out Murad and Tulin are both 4-0 and whatever assists they have 6 and 7. So they're doing a lot of work in terms of damage. If you look at Murad's build already, he has Soul Reaver and Rank Breaker, both insanely strong items on Murad, and that means that he has that insane nuking capability that you're looking for in Murad.
Yeah, he needs to get a little bit more armor shred on that build. I think he might want to pick up possibly a spear as well as the rank breaker. It might be useful, but Peach nearly took out Delalia's beautiful Wailing Blade there to lock up multiple members of the team. The King seems to be the sacrificial lamb. There's the ultimate from Wonder Woman to keep the fight going. Down 5, they can turn this around. Esper has to use everything he can. Poseidon on the side, not enough, but Murad's still alive. Vex, one more attack would have got Jess B. Poseidon looking for the kill with that mobility, finds himself a double. Light with the killing joke. He finds Ryoma on the edge of the fight. Over the terrain, Poseidon needs a little bit more damage. Unlucky that last trip didn't connect, but the tower damage does it. Wonder Woman didn't connect. That was an execution. There is no value there for down 5, and now Vex takes that mid in a tower.
Yeah, insane plays all round. Of course, Poseidon going down the tower didn't mean means that down 5 didn't get the gold on their pocket. So SK, all in all, they go really aggressive, and it pays off because they pick up a lot of kills. As King is gonna jump in. E is staying around as well, so Wonder Woman has used the ultimate. Now he's gonna go in, and the Magnetic Storm is there, but the damage from Murad is there as well. Esper's taking a lot, and Wonder Woman's gone down. Down 5 are looking to chase this, but Murad's in here. He's looking to deal damage. Double kill, and Pish as well. Then Aliens is in trouble. He's no more. He is gone. Just be the last surviving member for down 5, but all 5 people are down. And so SK Gaming come out on strong.
They've got the wave as well to take down this mid in the tower. Looking at the respawn timers, they've only got 10 seconds to play with. They've actually surrendered the game rather than let them finish. Game 1 going over to SK Gaming.
Yeah, really strong game from SK, and we saw the power of Murad and Tulin coming into play here. I was kind of saying to you yesterday that Tulin's one of the stronger characters in that mid lane as of when he released, but you could really see that Tulin's mobility as well as the damage coming into play. He was really toe-to-toe with E, who was playing Murad, and it's hard to say because Murad's mobility is such a huge thing, and his damage as well, but Tulin just staying head-to-head. So carry-wise, I think both of them did an exceptionally good job on SK.
I think as well, Peach is one to look at here as well. His Batman performance was absolutely stellar, but just like yesterday, incredible scoreline and picking up the MVT. It's E, maybe called Vex, we'll have to confirm it, but 8, 0, and 10, 14.4 score on that one. So absolutely incredible performance coming out from the jungler of SK.
Yeah, he took part in 18 kills out of the 23 they have, so it kind of shows that he's really mobile in the sense that his rotations are always on point. He's finding that fight participation. He's really there for his team. Even though sometimes it looked like he was out of the fight, but he comes out in the end and really deals a heck of a lot of damage to all of them.
Look at the level difference across all these teams, though. I mean, you're looking at Peach was in that top lane, level 12, the Jess B's level 10. You know, Philly Hadouken, level 9 to the King's level 11. There's like 2-level difference on roughly between these players. That's from all the objectives they were taking, the fact that they were able to survive longer in general on the battlefield, and also the Abyssal Dragons as well. Like, they all played in to these advantages being